What's good, kinfolk? It's your boy Dom. We back again in the garage, y'all. But today, we're not here to talk about cigars like I normally do, because that's my thing. Y'all know I love that. Today, we're here to talk about a special Blanton's bottle that I was able to get my hands on at my local brick and mortar. Now, let me tell you something. This right here is your standard gold version, and this right here is a store pick. We're going to talk about the differences of them both today, and also, you know, how they compare and how they contrast, and maybe dive a little bit deeper into it. I'm by no way means a expert in the bourbon whiskey realm whatnot, but I can hold my own. As you guys watch this video, if you got anything to let me know, comment down in the comment section down below and we'll talk about it. But for now, let's go ahead and roll that B-roll and pour it up. Cheers. So just like me, you got to be saying to yourself, what is the difference? I never even heard of a store pick for a Blanton's. But yep, there is one. And this right here is the one that I already had been drinking on. This the standard gold, and then you got the store pick. I've had the original Blanton's as well, the original single barrel Blanton's, which is really good. I like how smooth it is. It's coming out at 93 proof. It's wonderful. The standard gold offers a little bit more with 103 proof. Now that's giving you about 51.5 ABV. Now they're both similar as far as proof, both of these golds here, so we won't have to compare or contrast there, but I'm more willing to compare the tasting notes of them both and see if there's a difference in them both. Now, another question I had when I got this was, well, what is the difference between the two? Was there different barreling in the process? Were there different aging requirements in the process? What's the major difference? And from what I was told, the major differences between these two Blantons is your standard gold is aged about 10 years. Your store pick here was aged about 12. And that may have happened totally by accident, but by the time the store got this, it was already known that, hey, this Blanton's pick was dumped just a little bit late. To me, when I think of a bourbon or whiskey sitting in an oak barrel for some time, I would think it would get smoother with time. The mash bills for the two are exactly the same too. Before we dive in and take a sip of this wonderful selection here, you got to know that the mash bill is similar to or exactly the same as the Buffalo Trace mash bill. The exact percentages aren't disclosed, but we do know it does use a significant portion of rye. And there's, of course, other grains such as corn and malted barley. Blanton's Gold is known for being smoother and having a richer finish than the original Blanton, and it's bottled at a higher proof of 103. So as I go along and get ready to dive into these selections here, I will be talking about the nose, the palate, and the finish, those type of things I would normally talk about with a cigar. So I'm going to start with the gold standard. My familiar notes with the original Blanton's is a nice cherry note on the finish. I really enjoy. You get those berry notes that are wonderful in the bourbon. So right off the aroma of the Blanton's Gold, you're getting a bright citrus note, and also there's a more than a hint of vanilla there on the bourbon. Now there is also caramel, which gives it a more of a sweeter profile as well. If you're not used to drinking proofs that are above 100, you will get that 100 proof kick. Now, look, I know some of you guys are 100 proof and above drinkers out there, so hey, don't get at me for for that comment, but it just is what it is. The sweeter profile of the gold just really stands out. The finish is long. It lingers on the palate for quite some time after you take your sip. Now, what you will find that it is a little bit hot when it comes to as far as the mouthfeel. When I say hot, it just means the proof. Depending on who you are and how strong you like your bourbons or whiskeys or whatnot will depend on how well you take the version of this Blanton. So remember, we're going from 93 proof to 103. It's a noticeable difference in between the two. But with that being said, I'm going off of memory because I don't have an original Blanton sitting in front of me. So there's that. If you're used to a bourbon with a rye mash bill, or let's just say a rye, right? You're gonna get that spiciness of that rye. They did use a considerable amount of rye in a mash bill, but it's balanced for me. Here's a disclaimer. You're gonna have folks watching this video that totally do not like blends. You're gonna have folks who watch this video that love blends. And you're gonna have some of those in between, or some who've never even had it. So now that that's out of the way, like I said, you're either gonna hate it or you're gonna love it. The great thing about the gold here is the fact that you're sipping on this and you're having your cigar, the flavors really connect and they don't overpower each other depending on what cigar you're smoking. Today I'm smoking one that's a little bit mild but with a little bit of spicier bite to it, so it does play well with a rye mash bill that's in the Blantons. Second disclaimer, I'm not the biggest Blanton's fans either. You're gonna have a cult following of Blanton's drinkers, right? You got folks that collect. They're gonna have a letter on the caps here. Now each letter represents the letter in Blanton. So as you collect, if that's what you do, each bottle, you're gonna get, you're gonna spell out blends, and each horse is gonna have a different movement to where it looks like the horse is actually running. So they actually have staves where you can buy, where you can set each one down in there, and it's basically a showcase piece. Now, do I have a complete set? No, I don't, because I'm not a collector. When I get them, I drink them, and I don't go out there and scout for different letters. But it'd be cool if I had a set. So if y'all got something lingering around, go ahead and holler at your boy, man. Maybe we can trade something. But what I do like, before I go on to the store pick here, is I like the way the bottles are shaped. I like how elegant it looks. I like the gold coloring on the bottles, and also the detail that are on the bottles that lets you know when these bottles were dumped out. They give you a barrel number and also the rick house where the barrel was stored at. This one right here was barrel number 168, stored at rick number 8, and it was bottled on February 27, 23. This one right here came from barrel 178, also rick house number 8, but this one was bottled on February 26 of 25, so this year. Again, the differences between these two 2 years difference. So let's go ahead and move on to the store pick here and see if there's a significant change or difference. Less of a citrusy note on this, more oak, more butterscotch, more cream, and more berry notes. So it's already seeming to be a little bit more complex than the other one. Maybe the 2 years did it a big difference. Let's go in and give it a taste. Woo, 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 woo. Yo, hold up. Man, that just want to make you want to do a song and dance. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you want to just do a little samba or some shit. You like that? Hold up. That should be the new standard with the gold. Yeah, I said it. That needs to be the new standard in gold, because I'm gonna be honest. When I first tried the gold, I wasn't too impressed. I liked the standard version better. I liked the 93 proof. It was way more smoother, and this one was it felt aggravated, right? But this one right here, it's smooth. This is the one. This is the one right here. And side note, this ain't about any other bourbon, but Weller is one of my favorites. And not saying this is a good ass Weller, but I would put it up on the shelf with my Weller for sure, and not share this. There's just more of a custard mouthfeel to this. It's wonderful. It's way balanced. It's mellow. You're still getting that 103 proof kick, but it's a lot smoother than this one right here. The colors on the two are exactly the same. Exactly the same mash bill. Two different things going on with it. Very similar, but very, very different, y'all. Very different. Disclaimer, I am not an expert here. So when we come down and start breaking down a lot of flavors of bourbons and whiskeys, there are way better breakdown videos as far as the flavor profile of the gold and also the standard. So do some searching and dig around, and you can find out more information on this. But just for me, as a cigar smoker and wanting to have a beverage that complements the cigar, there are certain bourbons and tequilas or spirits that I would go to. This one right here would be the next in that echelon of spirits that I would have. But anywho, that's really it. I just wanted to really compare these two, give you guys a little something different than I would normally shoot. But I'm gonna start putting some more of these videos like this on my channel, to where I show you guys exactly what I'm drinking and what I get from them, and it'll probably help build my palate up for these spirits too. Hopefully we'll soon have a video with one of my good friends that's really big into bourbon, whiskeys, any kind of spirit, you name it. She is an expert in her craft, and hopefully we'll have her on here soon, and we can have a really good conversation, sipping on some good stuff and smoking on some good cigars, y'all. So with that being said, I am going to finish my cigar and finish sampling my 2 Blantons here, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, y'all be easy. Take care.
I